The man had everything going for him. He had an expensive house, a loving family, countless fans. He even got to do what he loved for a living. Imagine having the whole world at your fingertips, having everything you could ever dream for, and suddenly watching it all slip away in an instant. This happened to one of the greatest, most inspiring men to ever play the game of baseball, Lou Gehrig. Today, I'll be talking about Gehrig's amazing career and the courage and optimism he showed while facing a terminal illness. Lou first garnered national attention for his baseball ability while playing a game at Cubs Park on June 26, 1920. Gehrig's New York school was playing against a team from Chicago in front of 10,000 spectators. With his team winning 8-6 in the top of the ninth inning, Gehrig hit a grand slam completely out of a major league park. This was an astonishing thing for a 17-year-old. In 1925, he became a member of the New York Yankees. Lou Gehrig batted .295 with 20 home runs and 68 runs batted in. He was a first baseman. He played 17 seasons in Major League Baseball for the New York Yankees. He set several Major League records, including most career grand slams and most consecutive games played. Gehrig is chiefly remembered for his batting ability, and for this he is named the Iron Horse. When the Yankees began their 1939 spring training in St. Petersburg, Florida, it was clear that Gehrig had no longer possessed his once formidable power. Even Gehrig's base running was affected, and at one point at Al Lang Field, he collapsed. Then the Yankees, which was then the Yankee spring training park. By the end of spring training, his coordination and speed had deteriorated significantly. By the end of April, the statistics were at the worst of his career. Fans and press openly speculated on Gehrig's abrupt decline. On May 2nd, the next game after a day off, Gehrig approached manager Joe McCarthy before the game against the Detroit Tigers. "I'm benching myself, Joe," said the Yankees. He said to the Yankees skipper, "I'm doing so for the good of the team." As Lou Gehrig's debilitation became steadily worse, he stumbled over curbs, mishandled fielding plays, even fell while running the bases. His wife Eleanor called the famed Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. Her call was transferred to Charles William Mayo, who had been following Gehrig's career and his mysterious loss of strength. Mayo found that Gehrig had a disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. This disease entails your neurons completely shutting down. In other words, he was terminally ill. The prognosis was grim: rapidly increasing paralysis, difficulty in swallowing, speaking, and a life expectancy of less than 3 years. Although there was no impairment of mental functions, most people would handle this news much differently than Lou. He remained optimistic and grateful for the life he was given. And for this, he has earned my utmost respect. On June 21st, the New York Yankees announced Gehrig's retirement and proclaimed July 4th, 1939, Lou Gehrig Appreciation Day at Yankee Stadium. Manager Joe McCarthy, as well as teammates such as Babe Ruth, spoke about Lou's legendary life and what an extraordinary man he was. It was an extremely emotional and touching ceremony. Several speakers were brought to tears. Finally, after everyone was through, Lou Gehrig addressed the crowd with his world-renowned speech. "Fans, for the past 2 weeks you've been hearing about the bad break I got. Yet today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I have been in ballparks for 17 years and never received anything but positive encouragement from you fans. I have a family that shows me nothing but unconditional love and support. I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you." Lou Gehrig's career may have been cut short by a heartbreaking and disastrous illness, but his legacy will surely last forever. Not only was he one of the most exceptional baseball players of all time, but his fortitude and positivity made him one of the most inspiring athletes ever. Despite the fact that he had to watch his practically perfect life slip away, Lou remained more optimistic than most people in the world. And for this, he will be admired forever. Thank you.